In this video, I'll be sharing the journey of our client from engaging us to design to completing the renovation for his house for renting. I will be also sharing the dilemma and the obstacles that we face during the renovation process and how we overcome them together with the customer for a successful handover to the home to our client. If you are in the midst of renovating your home, finish this video and hopefully it will be beneficial to you. So I was introduced to Mr. Bala from our BNI partner. We have about 3 rounds of meeting before eventually confirming the quotation and to give the confirmation for start work. As the apartment was currently tenanted out to the same tenant for 14 over years, the apartment was in a condition that you will consider very rundown. From the get to know each other phase, like many clients, Mr. Bala had already staying in his own apartment. And this apartment was purchased under his daughter's name. As his daughter was currently staying in a co-living space, he was thinking of a plan to woo his daughter back to this apartment so can be nearer to his father. And he's a good father. But there's also this possibility that his daughter does not want to move out of her co-living space because has her friends there. And in this case, plan B will be activated. Plan B would to be rent out to the whole apartment to expatriate families. And Mr. Bala was certain that because this development was popular with expatriates, so renting out would not be a problem. But he wanted a problem-free tenant. That is why everything we design and fabricate, we have to keep this in mind. So knowing this intention from Mr. Bala is important to us. We can then suggest a suitable design and propose a more higher market acceptance material and design for the whole unit. Doing a home renovation is rather intimate experience. For example, if you are renovating for your own home, you'll be working closely with your ID for at least maybe 2 months to 6 months. So you'll be sharing a lot of personal habits and your sleeping patterns and maybe the location of your safe or for the whole house and your habits. Take for example, Mr. Bala. He told us that he loved timber grains. So we presented 3 types of timber grains material samples for him to select and confirm. However, when we arrived at his home, we discovered that the timber grains in his home are all vertical and straight. There were no crowns or eyes along the grains, and the material used for his house were of higher quality. They were the natural veneer that were very popular 10 to 20 years back. And with good maintenance, the veneer looks very sharp and glossy. So with the above in mind, we have to explain to Mr. Bala the difference between the laminate and the veneer, and telling him that laminate, which is the one that we propose, will be more suitable for his rented property. Then another benefit of laminates are definitely that because they are more cost effective and durable compared to the natural veneer that was in his home. So while natural veneer definitely looks high-end and classy, it's definitely not suitable for a rented property in Singapore. And on the type of grains that comes with the timber wood collection, we actually discovered that Mr. Bala prefers the straight grains. There's no fancy curve or crowns along the whole wood grains laminate. This discovery of him preferring a straight line laminate and timber grains would not be possible if we do not visit his existing home. And the second discovery that we made after visiting Mr. Bala's home is his preference for cornices. He shot down a few pictures, and when we arrived at his home, we found that the whole house was covered with ceiling cornice and the skirting cornice. I bet it will not be common. If you look in the design books or the magazines nowadays, the cornice of his home is not common. But at the end of this video, I will share the end product. You can make your own preference, whether you like that design or you like the modern kind of feel of that design that you see in the magazine nowadays. Picture the timber cornice at the ceiling and the skirting, which is less common nowadays, definitely adds a sense of warmth and character into the whole house. And finally, our third discovery after visiting Mr. Bala's home, we came to understand his preference for a lot of natural lighting in the house. His existing home is about 2,200 square feet, and there are windows all around the whole apartment because it's a point block. So there's windows all around the corners of the whole apartment. And because of his huge floor plate, there are a lot of pockets of space for him to place his material. So now we understand why Mr. Bala says that his new purchased property was dark, even though by today's standard it is not dark. This is because there is no windows in the dining room. But this is very common for the newer condo, right? Especially the 2-bed 2-bath and the 3-bed 2-bath. So before visiting Mr. Bala's place, we have numerous discussions on which wall to stay and which wall to demolish. Mr. Bala wants the kitchen to feel part of the dining area, and is to say He said that whoever is preparing the kitchen should be able to interact freely and conveniently with the people sitting in the dining area. So we debated how open he wants the kitchen to be. Shall it be a full open concept where all the activities in the kitchen can be seen from the dining area, and whether the air conditioning will flow to the kitchen area and the cooking exhaust fume will come from the kitchen area to the dining area and make the whole place dirty. And we also consider whether we need a timber folding door or the sliding door so that the aircon would not escape into the kitchen and the exhaust fume would not escape into the dining area. Whether we do a large synchronized tempered glass door or the sliding door or the timber frame door. So eventually we decided on a bold open concept, so where there's no unnecessary wall in the whole kitchen. We knew Mr. Bala would like the idea. Although he has a bit of hesitation, we invited him to the unit after the wall are demolished, and we assured him that there will not be any charges if he wants to erect a new wall after we have hacked everything. The open kitchen not only opens up the whole space, making it feel spacious, the natural light from the backyard will definitely brightens up the whole middle dining area due to its odd shape. Mr. Bala will buy a hood with a strong suction to prevent some of the fumes leaking out of the kitchen. So a ceiling fan will also be added at the stove to provide comfort to the chef, whoever the chef is, to cook for the family. So with these three discovery, we had, after visiting Mr. Bala's home and been served masala chai in his home, we feel that we have known him for extra 2 years. And I think that is important when we are allowed to visit the customer's existing home. And with these extensive changes to the whole kitchen, Mr. Bala commented that he's not able to visualize the space and the final layout that the kitchen will look. And this is understandable. And with this older apartment that is about 35 years old, there were many walls and niches in the kitchen, but the kitchen was huge and there was a lot of wasted space, and we can see a lot of potential after hacking out the whole kitchen. No amount of 2D space planning or 3D perspective would replace the physical experience of being in the space itself. Therefore, we showed Mr. Bala a 3D plan with an open kitchen and assured him that after demolition, the kitchen will be something that suits his preference. He gave us a go-ahead, and with his approval, the demolition work started. And when we start the demolition work, notice that there was a back door at the kitchen. And Mr. Bala's idea was clear. He does not want the back door to be blocked, whether temporarily or permanently. And this is one of the design considerations that we will take into when we do the kitchen layout. Permits and floor plan were submitted 3 weeks before taking the keys to his new home. The hacking date was set and the unwanted walls were marked for demolition and submitted. For the renovation works, the hacking date is very sensitive. The noise from the hacking works can amplify the whole building structure, and especially to the unit below. And with 3 days limit for the hacking, it will not be enough because there's a lot of hacking and the walls are very thick. The 3 days hacking limit was started by HDB. HDB allows the demolition works to be carried out for a maximum of 3 days. This is to give time for the neighbors to plan their schedule. Not long after HDB implemented this rule, the condo development started to follow suit, and many with some of their own variations according to their condo bylaws. So take example, Mr. Bala's condo development. All workers have to register every time they enter the unit, and during peak hour, the queue to register can take up to 15 minutes or more. So the productivity was reduced in this case. And in most condo development, there's a timing that is called no drill time. Usually it's from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and some condos is 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. There are condos where the workers have to stop work at 4 p.m. and start packing up. So instead of 5 p.m. stop work, they have to stop work at 4 p.m. and there will be guards to come out to the unit for spot checks and reminders. So on the side note, if you have friends asking why your condo project is taking so long while their HDB projects are completed within 4 weeks, you can ask them to refer to the previous points that I have mentioned. Although the condo's bylaws and rules greatly affect the productivity, but the condo rulings meant a higher quality of life for you, right? You are the homeowner. So in future, when the other units, or when your neighboring units are renovating, you will have a quiet, no drilling period for your afternoon nap, and there will be no noisy renovation works after 4 p.m. when you get home from work. With the no drill timing in place for condominiums and hacking the whole kitchen for Mr. Bala, do you think we can finish in time? Follow us for the next episode to see whether we can finish the hacking and the renovation works in time for Mr. Bala. While we are on this topic, maybe you can refer to this other video that we have to explain how it helped Mr. Bala to make the house look luxurious and expensive without spending a bomb.